Alright, hey guys, so today we're at Jerry, and we're going to talk about what I believe is the best update we have received so far. But before I do, just to remind you guys, over 60% of you guys are not subscribed, and with dungeons coming in the next month or two, you might want to see, the videos on that when it goes live, since I plan on uploading like guides and dungeon runs and whatever the heck we have to do in there. I plan on uploading it. But anyway, back to the main topic. So what was the best update? So Skyblock has not received too many updates over about the last year or so. It's gonna be a year in about 2 months. So it's kind of surprising. But you see, there's not many options here. There is 9, and not all of them are updates, right? And not all of them are even here either. The fishing update was completely wiped off this list for some reason. And there's also the rule updates that doesn't really count, so there should be 9 here, but this one doesn't count. So there's the fishing update here. You get some profile update. This one's okay. Bug fixes, meh. Slayer is really big for the game. Also, oh, the end update got wiped off the thing too. So there's 10. Man, why don't they keep these? Anyway, so yeah, the Slayer and Spooky Festival, those are actually really close together, surprisingly. Huh. I felt like they were way farther apart. And then Forging Island, we had like a nice streak of monthly content here, which is like really nice at the time. And then we're just kind of like a barren wasteland. So we got pets on the 21st. And then the Bazaar. So right now we're working with this pets. Pets is really good for the game, but I don't think it's good enough as like a standalone content. So I'm not even gonna like really to talk about it. The Forging Island, Spooky Festival, and Slayer. So each of these had their own like special thing to it. Like Forging Island added the new quest system, so that was pretty cool. Added like 3 new accessories, so that was really good. But the Forging Island didn't really change tree cutting that much, so you know, I'd say it's kind of a letdown in that sense. But it did add like a new mechanic, some new vendors, some new items, so it's good. But it didn't last. Like people finished this in a day, so you know, decent update, but not really enough like meat and bones on it to make it last. We have the Spooky Festival. Spooky Festival was really cool. It was like the first new thing, like event style that we had. Was all hype. People trying at first place, so you get the horse. Now you can just sell horse because the pet update, so it doesn't really matter. But way back when, it was cool, and you were like, like a cool kid if you had the skeleton horse, because not many people could get it back then. It's only first place, top 3, I believe, got it. Or was it just first? Either way, you know, added a bunch of new talismans, enchants. Really good update. Again, it didn't age well, if you ask me, because like once you got all the stuff from it, it was pointless to do besides trying to make money. But I think that is what's happening for most things. But yeah, after that came the Cherry Festival, which again was also kind of cool. Brought some new enchants like looting 6, looting 4, like scab 6, and whatever the heck the other third enchant is. But the thing is, and some fishing stuff as well. So, but the fishing stuff is lame. Like the Yeti sword's bad. The Yeti rod is literally just a reskin shredder with a worse ability. So like, why would you use it? Kind of just really weird. And then like the gift system, which added XP boost pots, which is definitely, I'd say it ranks it a lot higher than the Spooky Festival, because it's actually like use that lasts, because you got to keep needing these skill pots until you're level 50. So yeah, it's really good. I put it like higher than the Spooky Festival. Then we got Slayer. Slayer was our first content drop since Dungeons, right? And the thing with that is Dungeons and Dragons. What is wrong with me? It was really cool. Also added bank upgrades so we could hold more money. At the time we only had 50 mil, so being able to boost that was pretty good. And Slayer is kind of that still lasts today. Like people are still doing it, trying to get those levels up to level 8, 9. Getting up there. Really lasting content, which I wish got another update. Was supposed to get another update, but I don't know what happened with that. I guess Bendy decided not to do it or something, or started working on something else, which he did. I think he did the Bazaar, which is this update, but I don't know. I put Slayer like right below the two that are coming up, since it's actually like a lot of content, just super RNG, and I hate RNG. And for perspective, I probably put pets below this one. Actually, I put it above this one for usefulness, but just not like enough content. So the other two are not on here, but we're gonna start with the end. So when the end came out, it was like the first like, you know, island big content drop. It was like really cool and whimsical at first. It's like, hey, look at all this cool stuff. We can get Endstone now. There's Enderman to kill. It got changed a bit with the pet update, like adding in the Ender Dragon pet and the Enderman pet. But you come down here, you know, it's like, oh, cool, look, there's like very powerful mobs. Like, these mobs hurt, dude. We only get diver's armor and stuff. And like, we were getting like a 2-tap by these things. Coming down here to the Dragon's Nest, no one knew how to farm eyes at first. It was pretty cool. Eventually, people were fighting dragons and getting geared up with the best gear, which is still pretty much the best gear in the game, but, you know. Who's gonna like it's gonna be a while for the new stuff anyway. But this was in August of last year, so 3 Stone, and it was really cool, and it's still pretty good. Definitely has a lot of like the more like fun things you can do in the game, like, you know, getting lucky. I guess getting lucky isn't really a fun thing, but you know, to each their own, I guess. This was definitely like the second best update, I'd say. Could be like the best. It's just on like the whole how long content lasted. Like, to me, how long content lasts is determines like how good the update was. The end was really good, provided lots of money making, but it only lasted a few days for me before I literally got everything from here that you could need. So the best update to me, which I talk trash about it all the time now, but it would be the fishing update. You know, you just come over here to the pond over here, and you just fish all day. So the fishing update changed how fishing was quite a bit. They added in these sea creatures, which I'm sure you guys all like know about it, but before there was no sea creatures. Mainly the point of fishing was getting Titanic pots and Grand XP bottles, but they added, you know, new, like mobs, and it made fishing really fun, but also really annoying. But it was fun because it's like a random event. Random events are so cool for skills, like so cool for skills, because it just adds all these like random things. Like, hey, look, I just pulled out like a squid, or I pulled out like a catfish, and it gives you these materials like the fish that you can use for bait, and the sponge, you can make sponge armor. But the main prize was getting all the way up to level 20 and was killing the Sea Emperor. The Hydra was good too. Water Hydra Helm was insane back then. I believe this released at the beginning of July, so, you know, that was like a while ago. And there's a few talismans, like the Fishing Affinity Talisman. But yeah, the main prize, the Sea Emperor. This thing was really rare. And at first, as you can see down on his drop list, he drops Emperor Skulls. He dropped full pieces at first. They should have learned from this mistake when they did dragons, only dropped frags. Anyway, people would fish for hours trying to get this thing. Me too. It took me 2 full weeks of fishing, about 10 hours a day, to get full divers. That's how hard this update was. I still have not gotten a shredder, and I'm level like 29 fishing. Like, this to me was one of the better updates. Or to bet the best update to me. It took me so long to complete, and I was putting a lot of time into it. That, like, I put way less time into dragons when I finished them off. And just like the whole, you know, random fishing on a mob thing, that's really like cool. The loot could have been a bit better. Like, everyone's like super happy when you just like get a Titanic, or, you know, at least getting like a Hydra. I can like think back to those days, and it was really fun. Unfortunately, now I just like avoid fishing like the plague because it's not as good anymore. You can still probably make good money from it, but to me, it's just like I rather do other stuff like fight dragons. But definitely one of the best updates, and I hope going forward, since I talked about the Abyss like as like a future thing, that brings about like a second fishing update with it, because I think fishing is a great way to you know, implement like random events, since it's kind of weird for other skills. But fishing, you fish something up, you can fish a boss, for example. Like that sounds really good. I hope they like come up with some really, really cool ideas going forward. And I just want there to be like lots of stuff to do, which is really the main thing I want. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Fishing update to me was definitely the best update. If you guys, like the different update more, just comment below maybe and let me know. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Maybe leave a sub if you made it all the way through, although you probably didn't. Thanks guys. Bye.